All right, so welcome everybody. My name is Mel Tejada. My legal name is Melvin, but I'm here to talk about new agent, the fast start, how to get you going faster than ever before, and I'll do my best to answer all your questions in the most detailed manner possible, so you can go out there and increase your performance. So let's click next here. All right, just a little bit about me, probably like 30 seconds. I was born and raised and cultivated in the Dominican Republic. I came to this country right about 6 years ago, almost 6 years ago, on a one-way ticket. My parents are divorced, and my dad, thank God, lived in Charleston. So I just told my mother before I finished high school there that I wanted to come to the USA. And she said, well, if you better know English. So I didn't know quite the amount of English that I know now, but I knew I was confident on the vision and on myself. So I came here, and the rest is history. So that's a little bit about me. Okay. So these are the reasons why a fast start is important. If you delay on this process, if you just take it as a joke, if you're just out there just being like half as opposed to full, then you're not going to get these traits right here. One of the traits is cash flow. In business, if you want to stay in business and grow, you got to have free cash flow. What that means is there's revenue or income. So let's say you sell 5 policies, right? Or you help 5 families. That's your kind of income, right? Now, the expenses, we're going to talk about that, are the things that you do to maintain your business. So the cash flow is the net between the revenue and the expenses, if you guys didn't know. And then post your questions here, yes, on the chat. Now, in order to succeed here, number one, you need lead flow. You don't have to buy leads if you don't want to, but the best way to succeed in this business is to actually buy a list of people who are already saying, hey, I need help with insurance, as opposed to cold calling and going out there and, not wasting time, because you're not wasting your learning. But if you don't have if you have some type of cash flow, then I'll suggest you go ahead and buy some leads, and we're going to talk about that. If you don't have cash flow, there's another way to do this, and we'll talk about that. Okay. So yes, low activity equals high anxiety. If for some reason you think that waking up late and then started dialing at 1 p.m. and you're doing in-home is gonna give you 2,000 or more in deposits every week, you're full of it. So you got to make sure that you have a structure, and we're going to talk about that, and actually perform and not be on each task, prolonging the task. You got to be more intentional about each task, so you know that you are giving your highest performance and being productive each day. And yes, this is not rocket science. We're just helping people with their insurance needs. The way I look at it is, if you go to a house and they need your service, the only thing that you have to do is identify the problem, build the why, and I'm going to show you how I do it. And then at the end of the day, just show them some options and let them choose what best fits their needs on what they think they want. Because you got to tell them before you get to think about it, objection. Let's submit for what we think we want. And actually the carriers give you 30 days to think about it, to adjust it up or down. So as long as you're putting in the work and not procrastinating, you should be good here. And we're going to talk about those details in the next couple of slides. All right, so KISS, keep it simple, stupid. The more complicated you make this business, the less money you'll make. Okay, and then let's talk about the carriers that you need to start. Some people, some new agents, they think in this business that in order to be successful or to start getting deposits, or they just overcomplicate the thing. You only need these carriers, honestly, to start going. I've heard a lot of people who come from other IMOs that they only have one carrier and they were able to help families. So we're giving you 4 carriers here to start with. Don't wait until John Hancock to write business. You'll just be out of business by that time. Each carrier is like a miracle. They help you out with final expense. They help you out with term. They're the best products in the nation. Prosperity's got a good product, family term life. It's got a good final expense product as well. And then for people who are that's got congestive heart failure over the age of 50, then you go with this type of carriers like AIG or Aetna Modified. So for instance, if you got somebody on COPD and they get denied with a miracle, then you should pivot to Aetna because they accept people with COPD. Or if you got somebody who's very healthy, but it's got a challenging weight per se, then you just go with Aetna because Aetna doesn't have a height and weight restriction. So far, does this make sense? Right? Okay. We're going to get to the secret sauce in a couple minutes. I'm just going through the generality. So sorry if I'm a little bored here. Okay. So all of you should already know America gives you and gives us 10% bonus if you hit the 45K or 45 families within their time frame. So now we're competing towards getting there. So from now up until November this year, they're going to give you 10% if you hit that 45 families mark. 10%. There are other carriers like John Hancock. They're competing kind of like against America, trying to earn our business more, and they're doing 5%, but not 45 families. They're doing less. I think it's 25, but you can check on the Discord chat and type it in to have that specific answer. All right. So just put in the chat if you guys know what type of product is the America CBO 100. I'm gonna give you some options here. And just type in the chat which one you think it is. Oh, there's one. Okay. Colby says 3. Neil says 3. Okay. Give me 2 more responses. All right. Amber says 3. Okay. Your mom says mortgage protection. Yeah. And then, let me see. One more. Let me see who's here. Not responding. There you go. Okay. What about, all right, there you go. All right. So the answer to this is, let me see if I can move with this. Okay, there we go. All right, it's flexible premium UL. So yeah, it makes sense when you say return on premium because you're getting their cash back, but technically under the insurance world, more for the legal side per se, it's actually a flexible premium UL, universal life policy. And I know some of you guys must be shocked about it, but you know, we're always learning here. All right, so let's talk about the basics. The difference between a CBO 100 and a CBO 50 is self-explanatory. CBO 100, hey Mary, you get 100% of your money back. With a CBO 50, you get only 50% of your money back. Okay, and another way on how to sell this is with the tone. You know, you see how I said it? You only get 50% of your money back. Anyways, in the event that you get a chronic, terminal, critical illness, you just give me a call back and we'll get you the money, whatever face amounts it is. Now, if nothing happens between now and let's say we do a 20-year and 2042, then guess what? If you choose the CBO 100, you get 100% of your money back. If you choose the 50, you get 50% of the money back. I personally don't even pitch the CBO 50 because if I'm going to pitch the CBO 50, I'm just going to pitch the American Amicable return on premium 75%. But that's just me. Okay. All right, let's talk about some how to stay in business. So there's an unlimited leads in Family First Life in the CRM. There's unlimited vendors, and you can go out. You can actually go out there and door knock business owners if you want to. If you don't have money to buy leads, you can create your own leads. Okay. So this is just a guide on how to be in business, stay in business with the lead flow. Number 1, you invest $1,000 for 91 instant internet leads. Those are located in the CRM. All of the questions, please, I'll answer them at the end. So if you have any questions about this, just ask me at the end. So invest $1,000 for 91 instant internet leads. Step number 2, you sell out 91 leads and use that $1,000 deposit to buy another 91 instant internet leads. Okay. Now you sell 10 of those, that's 10,000 out of the 182 that you already bought. So you withdraw 1,000 to get your money back and use the 4,500 to buy 409 more, or 400 if you want to make it simple, and take the rest for the bills. And then as you can see here in the bottom, the results is 5,500 in the bank, all your money back, and then 591 instant internet leads if you do the math. So the next step is to sell 10 at least, right? And out of that 591, and then reinvest 20% in your business again and again and again and again, and you will ever run out of leads. Just because when you run out of leads, then you're going to be on the doorknob realm. It doesn't mean that you're out of business. All right, so this is how the CRM looks. It's the map of this country, obviously. And you select, you can either go here, select the state, and then select the county, or you can just go straight to the map and select the state, and then go ahead and there zoom in and select the county. So these are all the lead types in the CRM. So you got the new Spanish internet lead, Spanish instant internet lead, and the rest. On the middle side, you see the mortgage protection and the mailers. On the third column, you see the final expense for YouTube and Facebook. When I first started, I started dialing 1 month and instant internet leads. And you can ask me how much did I spend and what was the quantity at the end. All right. So here's another vendor. It's called EverQuote. Personally, I've never tried them, but people that have tried them have been successful at buying leads and helping clients with this one. So the first investment that you make with EverQuote, with $500, they match it. Pretty much it. So you get $1,000 worth of leads. And then if you want to increase your game as far as like higher premiums, then I'll suggest you start buying mortgage protection leads, either these ones or the ones from the CRM or the ones from other vendors. People are always asking, so how does Mel get high premium? I usually help clients with mortgage protection. Even the one that, let's say you got a $200,000 mortgage, even if you choose to protect $50,000 of that mortgage, then that's still a high premium on average. It's higher than the average 1,200 or 1,200 families, or one and a half families per se. And then there's another thing here. You got to be organized when you're running your own business. If it's Family First Life or another type of business, you got to track your progress. What gets measured gets accomplished. So keep your leads, track them, use that lead tracker. There's another one that I use that I can share as well. But you just go in and type it in, and you should be able to adjust it. You got to download it first, the fflleadtracker.com. It won't let you edit it. So you got to download it and then convert it into whatever file you want and start tracking your leads. And then your performance. You will see what type of leads do you sell more, what type of leads you sell the less. And then you just deviate and then adjust and then go to the right direction based on the data. Yeah, so this is the main thing. Set a work schedule. I'm going to talk about this for a couple seconds. The number one trait in this business to be successful is to have a schedule, hour by the hour. Okay, so I don't think about what I'm doing or what I'm going to do after this. I already know what I'm about to do. I have a schedule, hour by the hour. There's a title, there's a description, there's what I have to do, who do I have to call, where, the number, and everything is there. So I suggest you do that as well. If you don't, then you're going to be on the probably mediocre side, just thinking about a lot of stuff, depending on your mind. And for some people, you don't have good, world memory skills. So might as well just put on Google Calendar. Don't think about it. Just focus that energy helping people, as opposed to spending energy on what am I going to do? Leave that to Google Calendar. All right. So why you should wake up at 4:30 a.m.? I wake up at 4, but let's keep it like this. Yes. So if you wake up early, at the end of the day, you're going to have more time for yourself. You're going to have time to visualize the day, how you want it to play out. You're going to have time to project and create. So early in the morning, I wake up, I say my prayer, I say my affirmations, and my affirmations are just my goals just turn into the present tense. Okay. It's as easy as that. And everybody should have affirmations. I say them and recite them when I rise, and then I recite them again in the night before resting. But just imagine, like, if you wake up today, for example, if you wake up today late, how much time have you lose if you could have wake up a little bit earlier today? Just think about it. All right, so this is the ideal routine for an FFL agent, either in-home or telesales. So Mondays, you wake up, obviously you do your morning routine, if that's your affirmations, the goals, going to the gym, exercising, doing yoga, whatever, your personal time, okay? Or sending email time. And then game starts the day before. So yesterday, you should have bought your leads already. You should have visualized, you should have written your goal of how many appointments you want to book, solid appointments, and you should have written the to-do list or put your schedule in the Google Calendar. So here it is. Wake up, prep routine, do your morning routine, 7 a.m., prep for dials. You have to have all your leads sorted out. I personally don't print my leads. I just have them in the CRM. You have the option to click template, and when you download, they're all there. So I don't have to print them out. It's just a PDF, and I have another screen. If you don't have another screen, just have two tabs in the same page, and you'll be able to look at your leads there that way. And then I always listen to a podcast, FFL podcast, before I'm dialing, or I listen to myself, meaning I listen to myself present. I have a recording of me doing a successful presentation. So when I dial, and because I do a call to close or same day appointments, telesales, the first time I dial and then I get somebody on the phone, it's not the first time I presented. It's actually the second time. So I'm already in the focus zone. Like I'm performing 100% to the best of my ability and beyond. So that's another thing I suggest you do. Listen to yourself or another top producer before you start dialing and before you start presenting. So if you're doing in-home, simple. On dial day, before dial time, before 7:30, listen to a successful top producer that knows how to dial the phones and books the appointments, book solid appointments. And then on your way to the in-home, that's the time that you should be listening on how to do the in-home. So just pick one or two top producers that are excellent in the in-home. My personal top producer that I like and that I followed when I was doing in-home was Jay Conan. So I did exactly what Jay Conan did in the in-home, and I just added my own sauce to it, the Hispanic, mambo. Anyways, that's what you do. And obviously, you got to take breaks. So do this in chunks. If you're going to dial, if you have 100 leads, take a batch of 25 and squeeze the juice. What do I mean by that? Take a batch of 25 and dial 25 leads, one round, 3 times, triple dial. So that's how many dials per lead? 3. Do 3 rounds, okay? So that should be 9 dials total if you don't get them to respond. So you squeeze the juice on that 25, put them away for a minute, for a day or two, and then get the other 25 up until you get to the 100. We can talk about it again at the end. If you buy instant internet leads, if you buy like 1 month, you're gonna be dialing most of the time past 12, probably the whole day. So just be aware of that. If you buy mortgage protection, those people, for some reason, they tend to pick up the phone faster because they're responsible. I'm not saying the other ones are not responsible, but they got things to pay, they got bills to pay. So it's just faster to get them and book the appointments. And then obviously don't stop until you hit your goal. If you go to 16 appointments, stick to it. Don't leave. And then if you don't hit the 16 and you got 12, then guess what? If you're doing in-home, door knock. How do I door knock? When I used to do in-home, I would just go on phone burner. If you don't have phone burner, then just get the warrior, I would call it Road Warrior, and then or put your leads in there and then actually optimize the leads by zip code. So I'll have on an in-home field day, I'll have at least 10 leads that I can go door knock per zip code. That's pretty smart, but why not do it? Okay, we already talked about this. All right, if you're not familiar with this, you should get it. If you don't have a lot of cash flow, then you stick with dialing from your phone. If you want to dial twice as many leads, get phone burner. There's also a Ringy. There's also other dialers there, but I personally use phone burner. And I register my numbers with calltransparency.com. They're probably going to ask you for like a company name. Since I have an LLC, I just put all the numbers, all the local ID numbers I've bought in the past with phone burner and my personal phone number. And I put it in as the company's phone number and everything. And I haven't had a spam call like since 4 months. So calltransparency.com. And there are others too. Here's the dial tracker. Again, what gets measured gets accomplished. So make sure that you're tracking your dialing and the people who answer. If you're doing telesales, the only thing I'll do here is just instead of number of dials, just put in number of answers. I don't care how many people you dial, how many people pick up the phone, and actually how many people you actually booked. All right. And then there's FFL Tribe, tribeagents.com for all the resources that you need. Okay. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, those are supposed to be your field days. If you want to be a top producer, 30 families per month or more, this is what you should do. And I already talked about this. Oh yeah, another thing, pack your lunch. Don't be like me when I first started. I went to the field and I had like 10 appointments and I didn't have my lunch prepped or my dinner prepped. So I went to gas stations buying peanut butter crackers for the first few days. And then I realized I couldn't survive with peanut butter crackers. So, make sure you prep something or have, a couple restaurants that you think that you're going to go that are fast, that you don't waste time. And obviously when you go into the in-home or the phone, you ask the client, hey, Mary, you think I did a horrible job or an awesome job or a great job? Oh, you did a great job. Okay. Would it be unreasonable for you to let them know that Melvin is in town? Sure. All right. Perfect. And then that's why I get referrals. Just let them know that you are in town. Okay. Yeah, so this is a scenario. So if you invest $1,000, you have 4 field days, you schedule 8 appointments per day, you're gonna sit right around with 6 people. Out of those 6 people, if you're pretty average, and you're starting, I'm not saying that you're gonna be pretty bad, but on average, you're probably gonna close 3. And that's probably at 1 family, okay? And 3 families per day. So if you do the math, 32 appointments scheduled per week, 24 presentations, 12 apps submitted, and 12 families in the bank account. If you do it yearly, or if you do it monthly, yeah, 48,000, and then minus the $1,000 investment per week, you're gonna have 44 families per month, and that is right around over 500 families per year. Work spots. If you're not in work spots, you're missing out. You get to connect with top producers. You get to ask them questions. You get to learn about their techniques, about their lives, and get inspired every day about their performance. And you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with. So why not go to, get work spots and go to an office and be all you can be. Okay, we also have weekly training. And you type in, just like you type in right now, Velocity Zoom calls. And then at 3 p.m. on Thursdays, Dave Richard, the leader of this great group, will be there on Thursdays. And then Hamadi will be there too, and other top producers. And then you also have team Zoom calls with your group. So it depends on your manager if he likes to do that or not. And then on Fridays, we have the next level live at 10 a.m. That's actually how you get to the next level. It's pretty self-explanatory. Inside the sale, how do you become successful inside the sale, in the home or on the phone? And then join the Family First Live Facebook. And then on Saturdays, Sean Mike Instagram video. There's a bunch of plugins that you can do here. It's not Slack anymore, it's Discord. So I hope everybody's on Discord today. And use all the resources available to you. You go to fflvelocity.com or velocitywarriors.com. There's also toolbox. Okay. And then if you don't know how this looks, here's the financial inventory. It's actually the Bible of the Family First Life. If you don't fill this out, like if you're new and you don't fill this out and send a picture to your manager, and you just call your manager when you get in the home, it's not going to work. And if you're thinking about what you're doing in the home, it's not going to work. You're supposed to perform in the home, not be thinking about stuff. That's why you got your manager, you got myself or other people that can help you after you fill that out and send them or send us the picture. That's how we can help you. Okay, I'm going to do a quick presentation on how I do it. But you can research people like on YouTube, you know, and then choose the one that you connect more. And obviously run your business like a business. Have a separate bank account for your deposits, or create a separate business bank account. Okay, so the way I have it set up is I have Wells Fargo, I don't mind sharing, and I have my checking, savings, and then business bank account, business checking. Okay, all my deposits goes to the business checking from the carriers, and then my bills are not attached to the business checking. There's in a separate bank account. If for some reason, so here's how you stay in business. If for some reason you get chargebacks and you go through a like the roller coaster situation, which we all go through, having those separate bank accounts prevents you from going negative. You always have money in your bank account if you have a separate bank account for the deposits, if that makes sense. And when you get the deposits, pay yourself first, so you can pay your bills, get the leads, and then save at least 10 to 30% in the savings for taxes, for tax purposes and all that stuff. I'm not an accountant, but I'm telling you what I do. All right, so here's how it looks. Ideally, if you do what we tell you to do and you perform, then here's how it's going to look. 20% in leads, that's $4,000 a month, $1,000 per week. 20% in expenses. In work spots, that's $100 per month. If you have an office like me, you're going to have expenses. Car, if you're doing in-home, licensing, business cards, marketing, whatever. 30% salary, $6K monthly. Maybe you can adjust that if you're not living large. So if you're living like a normal life, then you probably need less, probably like 4K. But if you want to, if you have a big family, then yes, stick with the 6K or more. And then 20% staff. Once you start building a team, they need to get paid. So start divesting the way that you manage your money. And then 10% for taxes, 10 to 30. And then once you start growing, get an accountant that you can trust. There's small accounting firms out there and regional firms. You don't need a big 4 accounting firm for this. Just go out there and do your research. And when you interview accountants, ask them if they dealt with life insurance agents before, and you get one that's been there, done that. Everything that you do here, you ask questions, ask somebody who's been there, done that. Okay, don't be wasting your time with people who are not under you per se, but they talk and they don't perform and the data is not there. Okay, so you go with people who've been there, done that, and you can look them up and they actually done the work or actually do that type of job. You don't have to set up an LLC when you start, but if you want to, you can. You're your own business owner. And then you divide that the way it's structured here: commissions, bonuses, renewals, overrides. And then do not steal from your business. Don't go to Disney World and get all the money from your leads and then be calling us back like, hey, Melvin, I got no money for leads. I'm going to tell you, just go donor. I'm not going to tell you even what happened. You're your own business owner. You're an adult. All right. So what will you issue this month? That's up to you. So just write your goals down, do an affirmation, have an affirmation per goal that is in the present tense. And you can look how to do affirmations online. There's all kinds of ways to do it. And go out there and work. There's no other way to do it. Just go out there and work and be efficient. How do you become efficient? By actually doing and adjusting here and there and asking top producers and showing them your reports, being accountable for yourself, measuring your performance, because what gets measured gets accomplished. These are the FFL promotional guidelines. The highest we have right now is 145. And if you hit 20K 2 times in a month, then you get 110 and so forth. Here, the producer bonuses, I've gotten those. I've gotten the one for 40 families in a month. I've got the ones for 30 families in a month. Those are nice because you can use it for leads or bills if you have to. Okay. So I love this quote here, insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. So if you're expecting different results from doing the same performance that you have, then you should go to the doctor or something. You need change, and in order to change, you need to change within first. All right, so here's some keys to super success in Family First Life and anywhere that I figured out here for you. So the first thing is have self-esteem. That is how you feel about yourself. If you don't feel good about yourself and you go to a house, then there's no reason why you should be there. Because in order for you to help them, you got to help yourself first. Self-image is how you see yourself and how you believe others see you. I believe that people see me as a badass. So guess what? I am a badass. So you should think of yourself like that. You know, super successful, you know, always on point and giving the best to their ability and beyond. And then they're also connected, self-esteem and self-image. If you think low of yourself, then your self-image is low. So make sure that you're on the high mode, not too high, but even kill. All right, here's the truth. Super success is not for everyone, okay? Not everybody's gonna succeed in Family First Life because of their work ethic, habits, mentality, or mindset. You cannot become a high performance person part-time. People ask me if I do this part-time, I tell them I do this part-time, but honestly, in the grand scale of things, I actually do 2 full-time jobs. I work here 40 to 45 hours per week, and then 60 to 70 hours per week on my other business, okay? So you can, if you want to be successful here, might as well go all out. And then you cannot have it all. There's a price to action or reward or opportunity cost. So you must change. You got to do it bad now if that's the only chance that you got, because perfection equals paralysis. So don't try to be perfect on this. Don't try to be like those mediocre producers that wait until they got all the freaking carriers, and then they're out of business by the time they got all the carriers. And they start thinking about what product to write as opposed to filling out the financial inventory, sending the picture to the manager so you guys can get paid. And then don't listen to the stupid people or morons. Conventional wisdom is almost always wrong. So like I said, reach out to people who've been there, done that, not to people who've not been there. And then you're the average of the 5 people that you associate with. So you got to model success. And then you got to use modeling to become successful. How? So there are 3 methods to become successful here. There's trial and error, okay? But it takes too long. Over time, it takes too long. Modeling or copying somebody that is successful in this business on the producer side and the agency building side is the only real choice to a fast start. And remember, we talked about fast start at the beginning of this call. All right, write your goals and affirmations and obituary. Does anybody know here what an obituary is? Just give me some feedback in the chat. Give me number 1 if you know what an obituary is. Send me a number 1 in the chat. Okay. So what I want you to do after this call, later tonight or at your leisure, there's no deadline for this. You don't have to send me this, but write your obituary, how your life is going right now, the direction you're going right now, how your life is going right now. And then write another obituary, how you want your life to end or how you want your life to be, and compare it. And then you will see the discrepancies or the differences, and then you will be able to adjust, okay? And same thing for your goals. Write down your goals in alignment on how you want it to be, as opposed to planning for vacation or summer vacation or whatever. Prioritize what needs to be prioritized. So I don't know if you guys know this top performer, but he passed away a couple of years ago, Jack Welch. So you guys can look up his obituary online. I'm not going to read it to you, but he was a titan in business, and he's remembered as being the most successful CEO of all time, arguably. So look him up, read his obituary, and then write your obituary. All right, another thing to get successful here, or to become successful, is getting a mentor. What are the characteristics of a mentor? Again and again, somebody who's been there and done that. He or she's more wealthy than you, more experienced than you, older than you, and if he or she is not older than you, then it must been there, done that. Okay, and then besides just business, you guys had to have something in common besides business, and then geographically desirable, or make yourself available. And I do have mentors as well. All right, so you must overcome fear, which is false expectations appearing real. So particularly the fear of failure and anxiety, so that's fear's little brother, are the ones who kill the new agents. So here are some techniques. You talk to your mentor, somebody who's been there, done that, on what you're trying to become. Know that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and deliberately place yourself in risky or uncomfortable situations. How I did that, so when people told me no on the phone, I saved them for Sunday. I'll go door knock them and let them tell me no in front of me. Or the people who didn't answer, I'll go inside on Sundays too and door knock them. I actually got thrown out of several houses, but I like to do stuff that are beyond my comfort zone so I can grow and my confidence level is up. And then replace fear with passion. Now, to end this call, and I'll be here for some questions, but if today was a test, how would you grade yourself from 0 to 100? Ask yourself this question when you go to bed each and every day. Keep a monthly score and then keep the monthly average. And if you want to, you can send me the monthly average, or in 30 days, you can send me what was your score. Now I'm open to any questions, but listen to the message. Don't shoot the messenger. Thank you. So let me get out of this thing. There we go. So if you have a question, go ahead.
Hey, Mel, this is Colby. Hey, man, pleasure to listen to you. You did a great job, my fellow part-timer. It was good to listen to you. And I have a question. It's been great seeing you from February till now go from, man, what you were doing in a month to now doing the same thing in a week. It's been awesome watching that growth, just watching you grow. And just for the newest people on here, I remember when you were fairly new, I remember you asked a lot of questions, you texted a lot, you sent that picture into your upline when you were in the home. Can you explain that process, kind of, what you do, how you got past that fear point of just getting in the home, filling out the information, and then just reach upline to close your deals?
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, so there's a thing that I like is demonstration. That's the way I learn faster. I think everybody learns faster through demonstration. So let's say I'm driving right now and I'm going to the home. I'm listening to Jake Conan or whoever you want to, but I'm listening to Jake Conan if I'm driving to a house. When I get to the house, before I get there, I just visualize how I want it to go. I'm going to enter, and I'm not going to say how they are. I'm going to say, how long have you lived here? That's what gets the conversation going. And I'll see if there's a kitchen. If there's a kitchen, obviously, you always want to go there. But if it's too nasty, I'm not going to go to the kitchen. I'm going to go to another place, But yeah, you get to the kitchen, and then the first thing that you do that I do is put my license and my credibility sheet while I'm asking them the basic question. How long have you lived here? What made you fill out this request? Are you aware that I'm a broker, right? So I just get them going 5 to 10 minutes on their life, their background. I ask them about their family. How many children do you have? How many grandchildren? Just let them talk. The way that you make people talk is not by asking them the question on why this and why that. If they say I have 2 children, tell them, oh, you got 2 children. Just repeat the last 3 to 5 words of what they say. Oh, you got 2 children? Yeah, I got 2 children. Their name is Carol and Green. Oh, Carol and Green, and they live here. Just make a statement. They live here? No, they live in Georgia. Okay, and they got children. I'm not asking questions. It sounds like I'm asking a question, but I'm just saying a statement. And for some reason, this makes people talk more. So start doing that. And then after that, then I'm just going to say, hey, I'm a broker with the state of South Carolina, and I'm on the medical side of things. I'm not on the sales side, so I'm actually on your side. So that takes the sales pressure off. And once I explained to them that I work with the top 8 rated carriers, I said, it doesn't make a difference. If it's a A or B, I'm just here for you. Okay. Whoever gives you the best deal, that's the one who we're going to go with. And unfortunately, we can't make a decision today because the carrier's got to think about it. So they'll actually, if they approve you, they'll actually give you 30 days to think about it while being insured. But the first premium will come out. The first premium will come out if you're approved. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. All right. So how this works is pretty simple. I'm going to ask you a few financial questions, a few medical questions, and a few housing questions. Based on how we answer these questions, the carriers or my system will let you know or let us know which carrier will best fit your current situation. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Are you familiar with HIPAA? No? Okay. Do you remember when you go to the doctor, they make you fill out a questionnaire or one form in order for the doctor to check your medical records? Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna run the HIPAA and we're gonna run your medical records real quick, and that's how we're gonna get the cost of the program. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I'm gonna be filling out some basic information. If I'm doing this over the phone, I'm gonna fill out some basic information for you, just like you do at the doctor, but I'm gonna do it for you. And then I'm gonna send you an email so you can make sure that I wrote your name correctly and all the information is correct. And then we'll get the cost of the program after we answer some additional medical questions. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Boom. It takes away the think about it objection. It takes away, oh, I never done this before. I don't want to give my social out, all that stuff. And then if you're in the home, to answer your question, you fill out the financial inventory, send a picture and to the manager. And then at the end of the day, he's going to tell you what to write if you're new.
Thank you so much. That was brilliant. That was awesome.
Yep. Any other questions? Going once.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Jake Cohen, is that what you said? Listen to
Jake Cohen.
Jake Cohen for the in-home.
For the in-home, yeah. I listen to Mike Curry for the telesales.
Mike Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mike Curry and Ryan Reynolds is good too.
Yeah, I've listened to him.
Yeah.
I like listening to you, man. You're awesome. I'm telling you, it's amazing to watch you. I mean, what are you helping now? 10, 12 families a week or something, right? It's amazing. Golly. I remember meeting you at the stadium. I think you were helping like 6 families a month.
Like
you know, it's just been amazing watching you, dude. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. All right, Jamar, you good? All right, good. Amber, she's saying, thank you for this. Okay, you're welcome. All right. Any other questions about sales inside the home? Post. All right. We're going to call it a great call. All right, Kate. Oh, could you repeat the presentation? Where's Ruth? Okay, she's here. Yeah. So I'm going to call you, Ruth. Yes, Ruth. Yes, this is about our appointment. I'm going to talk it over like I do on telesales now. Yeah, Ruth, this is Melvin. Are you in a bad spot right now? You say no, obviously. Because if I say, that's the good thing. How you frame the question. Are you in a bad spot? We already scheduled the appointment for that time. So you should not be in a bad spot. So she'll say no. So no, yeah, okay. Javier, is this your first house or is this a refinance? Refi, okay. Is this your first time getting mortgage protection? Yes, okay. So I'm the first person you'll be able to talk to about this. Yes, okay. Or no, if it's no, then there's a shopper, okay? So that's how you identify the shoppers. All right, so how this process works is pretty simple, Ruth. The carriers, they make the rates based on your health conditions, your height and weight, and then the pharmaceuticals, if you've taken any medicine. So we're going to talk about some basic information, financial questions, and then some medical questions. We're going to touch base on that. Based on what you tell me and put it in the system. The system will tell us which carrier best fits your needs for your specific situation. Now, after we touch base on the basic medical questions, I'm going to send you a HIPAA compliance form via email. You have a good email, right? Yeah. Okay. What's your email real quick? ruth@gmail.com. That's a good working email? Yes. Okay, perfect. Do you have to hang up to access the Gmail? Like the old people. They, for some reason, the 73-year-old doesn't know how to check the email on the phone while on the phone. Now, if you have a good email, that's great. I'm going to send you a HIPAA compliance after we answer the medical questions. Are you familiar with that? Yes. Okay. No? Okay. Remember when you go to the doctor, they make you fill out a questionnaire to check your medical records? Yes. All right. It's the same thing we're doing. We're going to check your medical records in 2 to 3 minutes, believe it or not, because it's based on the Medical Information Bureau. So everything is there. So you just got to give us access to an authorization code, which you're going to get in the email, correct? Yeah. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. Then after that, all we can do today, Ruth, is just submit a request for coverage. We can't make a decision. We just got to submit for something that we think we want. And then you can adjust up or down in the next 30 days while being insured. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, let's go ahead. Have you had any COVID-19 since 2020? And then I get them talking. And then I fill out the financial inventory. How do I ask for the social? What's your tax ID number or social security number? When I went in the in-home, I used to tell them, what's your tax ID number if you have a business, or social security number? They will always say, I ain't got no business. Here's my social. Boom. Don't say social security number, just say social. Okay, just make it short, simple. Remember, kids, keep it simple, stupid. And then to the banking, what financial institution will you use for this application? And they'll tell you 98% of the time. And then you're going to get these 2% people, I call them, who want to play around with you to see if you got any confidence in you. That's the way I see it. They're going to say, why you need my bank account? Well, it's for your application. Oh, okay. And that's it. Sometimes they say, well, I don't think you need my bank information to submit an application to see if I'm approved. I'll give it to you if I'm approved. And then I say, well, this is the standard of the insurance world. That's the only way on how to do it. There's no other way around it. They need a financial institution on file to get you approved. Because there's a lot of people that are trying to get insurance on other people's names, and they have fake bank accounts, and they got fake social. And when they try to connect your driver's license, your MIB, your social to the bank account, and if it doesn't match, then it's against the Patriot Act, the USA Patriot Act. And I might lose my license by putting somebody who they say they are, who they're not. Does that make sense? All right. Yeah. So what's your account number? But I get the routing number through, most people know this. Go to Google, and then if they tell you who you bank with, Wells Fargo Bank, routing number, South Carolina, right? I see here that when I put your name in the bank, it pops up a routing number 11125, correct? Yes. Okay. So what's the account number associated with the routing? Just ask the question like the other people from the other industries ask the question, like the car salesman, the car insurance people. Like, call Geico today and go through the process and see how they talk to you, you know?
Yeah, just listening to you, man, your tonality and your short answers, that's your winning combo. I can hear it. There's just no rebuttal to that. You're just like, this is what it is. You're like, staccato tone is like, there's no waver in it. It's just like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
End of sentence, silence. No over explanation. No really inflection in your voice either. Just da, 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 da. And I'm like,
the more you explain, the more you lose.
Yeah, you're just like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't speak English. I don't speak English. Just give me the social, you know.
Yeah, it's like you're not over speaking English, right? It's kind of it's a nice weapon.
Yeah, and another thing, just add humor to the call or in the home. Like when you're going through like the height and weight, that's when 99% of people will laugh at you when you say, and let them laugh at you. Be vulnerable sometimes. You say, so what's your height? 5'6". All right. So what's your weight before breakfast? And all of the women will laugh. You know, you're gonna see, and the men will laugh too. Sometimes the ones that don't laugh, just keep it, you know, monotone. Just go ahead. But now if you try that, you're gonna see people who start laughing, and it kind of like it breaks the ice. And I like to break the ice in that part of the application, not even the application yet, just that part of the presentation. Because once I'm gonna get to the application, I'm gonna ask for the sensitive information. So I already broke some ice, or break some ice at the beginning.
Question. Thank you for this. This is great. From when you started, how long did you start buying mortgage protection leads?
I started buying mortgage protection leads in May.
Okay.
I just stick with, for some reason, I don't know why, I stick with the internet leads, and I was dialing, you know, the whole day and everything. And then I just went cold turkey telesales. And since I have another business, I can't waste a lot of time. So I just went out and bought mortgage protection leads, and I supplement with Lead Bank, the final expense ones, the statewide. They're $15 a person now.
Okay, and are you running any appointments in Spanish or is it just all English?
No, I do Spanish too. Yeah,
And
same deal.
so you started in February?
No, I went to convention in February.
Oh, okay.
I started in September. Not even part-time, because I was building my other team from the other business, so I barely wrote business. So I started, my first 30 families per month was December.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm. Ingrid, you got any questions? Oh, she muted there. Okay. All right. Anything else? All right, make sure you write your obituary and how your life is right now, and then how you want it to be. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you,
Thank
Melvin.
you.
Thanks, Bob.
Take care.